Good evening and welcome to Ville News. I'm your host, Owen Russell, alongside Georgea Hall, here to give you the latest local, state, and national headlines. Coming up in this episode, we have updates on a local TikTok ban, exciting history made in Pennsylvania, and student debt debates. Stay tuned because Ville News starts now.
More than 100 students, teachers, and parents attended a walkout at Mccaskey High School on Friday in response to the school board's choice to nominate Ricardo Torres for superintendent. Mccaskey, which serves the city of Lancaster, is currently in the process of electing a new superintendent following the retirement of Demarius Rao this past July. The School District of Lancaster School Board announced on Tuesday Ricardo Torres, who currently serves an administrative role in Seattle Public Schools, as their top choice for the job. Many in the school community disagreed, favoring acting superintendent McHugh Priziwara. In response, students walked out of classes to protest on the front lawn of the high school. The community remains divided on the matter, with some admiring Priziwara's dedication, while others claim he is unqualified due to his lack of education credentials and background in finance and operations. The school board intends to take a formal vote on March 7th to appoint the new superintendent.
The Lancaster County government announced on Monday that they will be banning the use of TikTok for their employees. The county issued the ban on any device used for county business due to cybersecurity concerns. Other data harvesting software that collects user data is also said to be prohibited, but there is not yet clarification on what that will include. Public officials have singled out TikTok because of its popularity as well as its Chinese ownership. FBI Director Christopher Wray stated, quote, "All of these things are in the hands of a government that doesn't share our values, and that has a mission that's very much at odds with what's in the best interest of the United States. That should concern us," end quote. Lancaster is not the first county to ban the app, as 25 states have already implemented the same policy.
When we get back, we'll have updates on exciting history made in PA. Ville News will be right back. The Pennsylvania House of Representatives voted to advance two bills that would allow survivors of childhood sexual abuse to sue their assailants and institutions that defended them. Both bills, one a proposed amendment to the state constitution and another bill, a standard bill that would eliminate the statute of limitations for sexual abuse crimes for 2 years, opening the doors for hundreds of unheard victims to file their justice in the court system. State House Speaker Mark Rozzi of Reading, a survivor of sexual assault himself, had made advancing the bills to the state Senate a priority in a session marked by 2 months of arguments, standoffs over House rules by the opposing parties. Rozzi stepped down from his position as Speaker after the bills advanced. The decision now lies with the state Senate along with Rozzi, along with other supporters, and are awaiting the results.
Tuesday marked a historic day in Pennsylvania as Representative and former Majority Leader Joanna McClinton was elected Speaker of the Pennsylvania House of Representatives. Speaker McClinton is the first female Speaker and the second Black Speaker to ever be elected in the Commonwealth. This decision came after former Speaker Mark Rozzi stepped down from the position on Tuesday morning. McClinton was supported by 102 House Democrats and 0 Republicans. After taking her oath, McClinton shared, quote, "I'm grateful for all who fought before me so that this day was possible. It is only on their shoulders that I stand here today." End quote. McClinton will now work with the Democrat-led House and Republican-led Senate to advance legislature in the state.
When we get back, new developments in Biden's student debt relief plan and the train derailment in Ohio. Ville News will be right back. The Supreme Court of the United States debated President Biden's student debt forgiveness plan on Tuesday. President Joe Biden's plan to erase $400 billion in student loan debt was met with strong skepticism from the conservative wing of the Supreme Court, raising the concern that the administration may have overstepped its bounds by establishing a program that will reportedly help more than 40 million borrowers. Only borrowers who make under $125,000 per year or $250,000 per married couples would be eligible for debt forgiveness. Prior to the program being completely halted by lawsuits, almost 26 million individuals submitted applications for assistance. And of those, 16 million had their applications for partial or full debt forgiveness accepted. In the midst of these debates, new applications are currently closed.
The EPA has ordered railway company Norfolk Southern to halt shipments of toxic material coming out of East Palestine, Ohio, until further notice due to concerns from residents in states where the materials were heading. The decision was announced Saturday at a press conference in the small town upended by last month's train derailment and chemical spill, where EPA Regional Administrator Deborah Shore stated the move was only temporary to allow federal officials to develop a plan, declaring that, quote, moving forward, waste disposal plans, including disposal location and transportation routes for contaminated waste, will be subject to federal EPA review and approval, end quote. The pause in transport comes after both Texas and Michigan state officials voiced concerns over Norfolk Southern's disposal of waste at sites in their state, to which the company responded by defending their actions as falling within both federal and state guidelines for toxic waste disposal. The decision is only temporary, with the EPA stating shipments are set to resume, quote, very soon.
That's all we have for this week on Ville News. Thanks for watching, and make sure to tune in next week for the latest local, state, and national headlines.